Do you work for a difficult boss and you're tired and frustrated about the situation that you find yourself in? Then keep watching. I have some tips and strategies that will be helpful to you. Hello, my name is Oinka Kemade. I'm a workplace coach and speaker. I help people demonstrate confidence and communicate effectively, as well as form workplace connections that will help them as professionals. I created an online confidence course for professionals. So if you want to elevate your game and be seen as a confident professional, check out the description in the link below. Check out the link in the description below. In today's video, I'm going to tell you or share with you strategies you can use if you work with a difficult boss. The first thing I want you to do is to ditch those emotions. Yeah, you heard me right. Forget about the emotions. Forget about the feeling of how I hate this, how difficult it is and everything. Let's look at this as a business. And it's a business of figuring out your boss. If you want to tackle this problem, let's go into things that are able to change the situation. Let's go into reasoning and into logic and into facts and into data and into anything and everything that will change the dynamics in which you find yourself. That leads me to the second thing. You need to know and understand the personality of your boss. I like to use the big 5 personality traits: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. How high or low is he on those traits? On the openness trait, on the conscientiousness, on the extroversion, agreeableness, neuroticism trait. Know what his strengths and what his weaknesses are, so that way, when you understand what this personality of your boss, it is easy to understand what he does and why he does what he does and give him what he needs. Next thing is to understand his decision-making style. The purpose of knowing this is to make yourself a valuable member, and is to confidently do so that anytime he sees you, he knows, he feels, he thinks, he knows that he needs your input to make his day run smoother. And if you are able to learn this and you're able to strategize and confidently communicate this, you will begin to change the dynamics. You will be able to address some of the issues and point out to the value you have to offer and to the way you would want to be, you want the communication to go. So learn his decision-making style. One of my personal favorites is the one identified by Miller and Hyman. I hope I got that pronunciation right. And they categorize executives in the ways they make decisions into 5. Some of them are thinkers, some of them are skeptics, some of them are controllers, charismatics, and followers. So for the thinkers, those kind of boss would want all and every information before they make the decision. For the skeptics, they always want the information from someone they trust. So if you're working with a boss whose decision-making style mirrors that of a skeptic, for example, you would know that when you approach him, you want to use the things that he's comfortable with, the things he trusts, to express your opinion and express your ideas. Controllers always want to be in charge. They always want to make the decisions. So if you know that's how your boss is, then let him be. Don't forget, he is your boss. His rules stay. Yours are the ones that has to bend. But the purpose of all of this is to know how to best address it. So if it's a controller, give him all the information and leave him to make his decisions. Show him the pros and the cons and leave him to make the decisions. You have the charismatics. The charismatics, don't overwhelm them with information. Just give them bullet points. Let them know what is in it for them, how it's going to improve productivity or the bottom line, or how it's going to help them reach the objectives that they are after. And they would most likely be pleased with that. Don't overwhelm them with unnecessary information. That's not how they operate. And you have the followers who are risk averse. Those kind of bosses or managers always want to know that the decisions they're going to make will not be too risky. So those ones will always want to those kind of bosses will always want to go with ideas that have been tried or that have been tested in another organization or in another department, or has been proven to work. So understand all those things so that when you're working with them, you know the kind of data, you know the kind of information that you present to them. And the other thing too is to learn relevant information about your boss. You want to understand his objectives. What What's his task? What does he do? If it's a business owner, of course, it has to do with the bottom line, making profits, maybe gaining clients. If it's maybe an HR manager, maybe there will be decreasing the the cost of onboarding, making sure that the employee engagement is going and everybody is happy, and all that. So, what is the task, or what is the objective of the position that your boss holds? Then also learn other background information. Has he encountered or she encountered any recent wins, any recent losses, anything that can impact his or her job? Learn all those things, learn relevant information. Now, you want to use all the information you've learned, personalities, decision-making styles, and you want to be strategic in how you communicate with your boss. Make sure you express your values in the way that your boss understands. That's why I said personality, understand the personality. Always want to phrase whatever it is that you disagree about in a way that they can see the benefit of listening to you. Last thing is to be strategic and to be confident. Listen, I cannot overestimate the value or the importance of being confident. Because when you're confident, it's not easy for people to run over you. They see you as valuable. So you have to let them know that you are confident. And this is done in the way you communicate with them, in the way you present yourself, in your body language. Don't be emotional in your reaction. Always balance your emotions with logic and try to figure out the best way to address any situation that may come your way. Teach the emotions. Your emotions would not change anything. It's what you do, the actions that you take that can change things. And that would only come if you're able to, think about, logically, reasonably think about what would work. So be strategic, be confident, show your value, remain professional. Show your value, remain professional. Present your request of the way you want to be treated in a way that your boss sees the benefit of him listening to you or of her as acquiescing to your request. That's why I said you need to be strategic, not emotional. So I hope with those 5 tips you've been able to get something that would make it easier for you to deal with that difficult boss. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button to hit the bell icon so that you'll be the first to know when I upload new content. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.